Hello guys, welcome to another Metal at Arms YouTube video. We are seeing now a little game between two players rated around the 1600 mark. As you already know, we're not that much into the pro games, but trying to cast a little more of the lowly rated players. Whereas lowly doesn't mean that we are just casting games of total noobs, but we're casting games of persons which aren't that good in the game. So these 1600 players, they're not that bad, they're quite decent, but they surely lack the skill that 18, 19, 2000 players really have. And of course they're so far from being like, I don't know, the Viper Doubt. They don't have a chance against those. But still, watching those, I'll just call them noobs, might be a little interesting because, of course, they are not playing this perfectly, but they are making some kinds of mistakes. And these mistakes they make are the ones we can learn from. And I've chosen this special video because it is a little special about the way the blue player is going to play it. And to be honest with you, I'm not proud of it, but the blue player is actually me playing. And this video is mostly about laming. Laming is mostly known as stealing things and being mean to your opponent in the very early stages of the game, blocking his buildings, stealing sheep, stealing boar. And what we are seeing right now is me finding those two sheep and out of reflex just grabbing them. And I'm thinking, oh, wait a second, there's a boar. And as you see, I'm just going back and forth with the scout. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I'll put the fog of war on. Right now I'm deciding, okay, this is an unrated game, I'm going to be a little mean to him. He's not losing any points if he's keen on points, but he will get over it, I think. So, what is important about boar stealing is you hit the boar twice, and after you've hit it twice, you get back to the town center, but you have to watch out, because your scout is actually faster than the boar, so you have to go in these little zigzag motions to not lose the boar. And this is quite micro-intense. Of course you can set waypoints, but sometimes those waypoints are a little too far, and then you lose the boar and everything was in vain. And as you saw, I at that moment lost control over my villages at the town center and they slaughtered a sheep outside. So losing a bit of food there and having to do some drop-offs right now to prevent my TC from going idle. So, now that the boar is stolen, you have to adapt to the new situation. You'll have a lot of food under your town center. Of course, you'll get those 2 extra boars as well in case the enemy doesn't steal them back. This would be the perfect move to counter it. Just steal the boar back. And on the other hand, the enemy, he'll be slightly delayed. You can be sure of that. He won't get up just as fast as he could have if you steal a boar and 2 sheep. If you steal just 1 boar, he'll be alright. He will have some problems keeping up scout production in the feudal age, but his timing will be alright. So right now we are seeing red, Hellraider, has already got, how many are these? It's 1, 2, 3, 6 villages on berries, 7th going there. So these berries are really overcrowded. He perhaps should task them to the other side of the mill. Now they're going over. And he's about to take those deer. And he's now just noticed that the boar was stolen and is asking in German whether I'm a kind of jerk. Okay, the word isn't just as nice as jerk. And now he's finding the boar while it's being lured. And he's trying to be a little mean as well. Trying to block that boar, or even block the villager to prevent it from getting into the town center. And he's taking some hits. This could have been microed a little better. Perhaps even the scout could have been killed. But finally the 3rd boar is on the town center, and this means a lot of food income. And of course those sheep weren't even used. So depending on the strategy you want to do. You know your opponent is going to be delayed, and you know that you have a lot of food. So for the one who has lamed, it's a good idea to go scouts. Now just splitting the lumber, always a good idea. And as you see, I'm going up on 23 pop, because I know I'll be faster than him, and I know as well that having a strong eco, a little stronger than him, perhaps with a villager more, will probably give me a little edge over him, and give me some extra resources to build up my advantage. At the same time, we're seeing Hellraider. He just clicked up, but with one population less. So he's going up a little slower and having one villager less. And of course, less food. On the other hand, you see me. I, at the moment, have the same amount of farms. I still am working on this boar, which has just run out, and I'm about to take the sheep now. And of course, when watching players that aren't that good, you always see these little pieces of idle time. Those villagers who are standing around for like 10 seconds, not doing anything, and of course not giving them any resources. Now of course the barracks is going up. Here it's going up, here it's going up. Almost the same time, a bit faster for me. And having a look at the resources, you see there's 200 food in the bank, 200 wood, which is quite a lot. And on the other hand, Hellraider with 200 wood as well, but only 100 food. And this will not be enough to keep up scout production. He's taking those deer, so he's kind of alright. So he won't be too late. And he's starting to do this wall up, which is quite a smart idea, because this map is actually not that bad. You can wall it up here, here, and then you have all this back area nicely protected. Now I'm up to the feudal age. I'm putting down the stable right away, building it with 2 villages to get up a little faster. And the second thing I'm doing, I'm sending forward these villages. I know his economy isn't the best, it can't be. And as you see, he hasn't split his lumber just because he couldn't afford it. He had to build these extra farms right away. And I had this advantage. I just could build the second lumber camp and make it a little more efficient, just developing double bit axe at the moment. And now here it comes, the tower. So this is really the point where the main advantage lies. Putting up an offense tower at your enemy's main wood line, and this tower, I think it will cover almost the entire front of this wood, will prevent him from gathering wood and force him to go over here, or nah, not here, that's too small. As you just saw here, we had a little scout harass. Hellraider was attacking me with his scout several times, but he couldn't do too much, and now there is a spear out. Just because I'm quite sure he needs, if he wants to come back from this, he needs some really good offense. He needs to micro his scouts properly, and therefore I just placed the spear at this location here. And as you're seeing, it's a little fail placed. This spear isn't at the top of the hill, it should be around here, where it can make extra damage to scouts coming from the side. And at the moment it's a little downhill, and the scouts here will hit it and kill it if they come in masses. At the moment though, I'm picking off this villager which tried to wall the front. The tower is up, the wood is covered. And Hellraider now has to make a quick decision, and he knows, okay, my stone spots, both are covered, I won't be able to take them. There are... does he know about the archery ranges? Yeah, he knows. He knows about the archery ranges, so he knows there are probably skirms incoming. So he needs to protect this gold. If another tower comes up around this area, he'll be so screwed. So he needs to really defend this area and put up the tower. And it is in quite a good place. It's uphill, it's in front of the gold, it will cover this wood here. And he's done quite a good job defending from this. He's got now these 4 scouts. One of them is the starting scout, which is quite injured. And he's starting to palisade up again, which is probably the smartest thing he can do. Me at the moment, I'm just booming up my eco, seeding lots of farms, pumping out some scouts, and now switching into skirms, stopping the scout production, because when you're in the feudal age and you mass up just enough skirms, this army becomes just unbeatable. I think you all have seen a lot of Dart games, and he really loves his skirms and goes 3 ranges skirms all in and just kills knights, even knights with skirms, believing that the skirmisher is the most overpowered unit in the game. Right now the skirmisher army is moving around the right, and you see there is 1 spear mixed in, because I know at the moment he's got scouts, he's probably building more. I don't know that he's out of food and just can't afford it. And this single spear will probably scare away all these scouts. But now coming around the right, and he's taking the lumber from here, not from here, which is a little messy from him. And he needs to protect this area now. And while the army is coming in, you see the most important thing: take the spear, target the enemy scouts, take your own scouts, and escape from the spears. You need to run from the spears, they don't have to get hit, and target the spears down with a skirmisher. There it is gone. There are the villages going down. And right now I think, yeah, he's just flaming a little, and there he resigns. So you see, guys, when doing a little laming, then you can be mean to the last thing. Build a forward tower, wall it up so it can't be rushed by villages. Tower is wood, tower is stone. Go forward, put a lot of skirmishes up, and just overwhelm him in a way he can't come back from this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you a lot for watching this, and I hope I'll see you next time.